Hey guys, welcome back to another new video. 7-Week Law Guru YouTube channel welcomes you. So today in this video we are going to discuss a legal concept that works as a powerful tool in both civil cases as well as criminal cases. That is the doctrine of estoppel under the Bharatiya Sakya Adhiniyam 2023. You must have heard the saying, a lie has no legs. Well, in this law, this principle is formalized as estoppel. So today in this video we will cover what is the meaning of the term estoppel, what does section 121 of the act says, what are the essential ingredients, what are the exceptions to the doctrine, some landmark case laws as well as some real life examples. So let's begin this video. First of all, we will know what is estoppel. In simple words, estoppel is a principle of law which says that if you have made someone believe in a fact and they acted upon such belief, you cannot later go back and deny it. In other words, no person shall be allowed to go back on their word if someone else has acted upon it. This principle promotes justice, fairness and consistency in legal proceeding. The word estoppel is derived from the French word estop, which means stopper. The term estoppel was adopted by the English jurisprudence for the purpose of shutting the mouth of a person who are pleading the contrary of a fact or state of thing which he has formally asserted by words or conduct. Okay. The object of estoppel is to prevent fraud and secure justice between parties by promotion of honesty and good faith. Section 121 to Section 123 of the Bharatiya Sakya Adhiniyam 2023 deals with estoppel. Section 121 lays down the general rule, whereas Section 122 and 123 deals with special instances of estoppel by agreement. That we will also discuss in this video. Now, let's see what does Section 121 says. Section 121 of the Bharatiya Sakya Adhiniyam deals with the doctrine of estoppel. Previously, it was provided in Section 115 of the Indian Evidence Act 1872. But now, as per this section or as per Section 121 of the Act, when one person has by his declaration, act or omission intentionally caused or permitted another person to believe a thing to be true and to act upon such belief, neither he nor his representative shall be allowed in any suit or proceeding between himself and such person or his representative to deny the truth of that thing. It means that if someone made another believe something to be true, whether by words, action or even silence, and the other person relied on that belief and acted upon it, then the first person cannot later deny that statement in court of law. This is the foundation of estoppel. Okay. Now there are some essential ingredients. In order to bring a case within the scope of Section 121 of the Bharatiya Sakya Adhiniyam, following things are the necessary ingredients. First is, one party should make a representation to the other party about an existing fact as distinct from a mere promise. Second, the representation must be made with the intention to be acted upon. Third, the other party should accept and rely upon the aforesaid factual representation, that is, there must have been belief on the part of that other. And lastly, there must have been action arising out of the belief, that is, the representation must have been acted upon. Now we will discuss the different types of estoppel. There are basically 4 types of estoppel. First is estoppel by matter of record. Estoppel by record is estoppel of the parties from reopening and relitigating the matter which has been finally settled between them by a court of competent jurisdiction. Estoppel by record is covered under Section 11 of the Civil Procedure Code 1908. Second is estoppel by deed. Here, when a party has entered into a solemn engagement by deed as to certain facts. Neither he nor anyone claiming through or under his is permitted to deny such fact. There is no estoppel where the deed is affected by fraud or illegality. Third, estoppel in paes or by conduct. In paes means before the public, and estoppel in paes is also freely translated as estoppel by conduct or representation. Estoppel by conduct can arise either from a contract or outside a contract by unilateral statements or acts or omissions. And the last type of estoppel is promissory estoppel. Promissory estoppel is a legal doctrine that allows a party to recover on a promise made without a formal contract if they have relied on that promise to their detriment. It is an equitable remedy to prevent injustice that can arise when one party relies on the promise of another. Now there are certain exceptions to the doctrine. Okay, first exception is no estoppel where truth is known. A person having knowledge of facts cannot take advantage of the principle of estoppel. Second exception is no estoppel in case of mistake, where both parties acted under common misapprehension. There could be no estoppel until the position is cleared up. Third exception, no estoppel in case of mere promise to do something. A mere promise to do something in future will not create an estoppel. Fourth exception, that is, when both parties plead estoppel. If both parties establish a case for application of estoppel, then the parties are set free and the court will have to proceed as if there is no plea of estoppel on either side. Fourth, fraud, misrepresentation, negligence on the part of other party. Then mere attestation will not create an estoppel. Then no estoppel against a statute or law. There can be no estoppel on a point or pure question of law or on a settled proposition of law or to defeat the provisions of a valid law. And lastly, no estoppel against sovereign acts in public interest. There cannot be any estoppel against the government in the exercise of its sovereign legislative and executive functions. Okay. Now we will deal with some examples. This example, as you can see on the screen, is provided in the section 121 of the Act. Here, A intentionally and falsely leads B to believe that certain land or certain plot of land belongs to A and thereby induces B or convinces B to buy and pay for it. The land afterwards becomes the property of A and then A seeks to set aside the sale on the ground that at the time of the sale he had no title. So in this case, he must not be allowed to prove his want of title. And there are some other examples or real life examples, like first example is Ram tells Shyam, "This land is mine, you can buy it." Shyam believes him and pays. Later, Ram says that land was never mine. Here, Ram cannot backtrack as estoppel will apply. Second example, the government promises tax exemption to attract investors. An industrialist sets up a factory. Later, the government demands tax. Here, in this case, the government is stopped from going back on its promise. Here, promissory estoppel applies. Now we will deal with some case laws. First case law is the Pickard versus Sears 1837. This English case laid the foundation for estoppel. In this case, the court said a person who by words or conduct causes another to believe in a certain state of affairs to act on it cannot later deny that state. Okay. Second case law is Jeet Ram Shiv Kumar versus State of Haryana 1983 SCC 168. The facts of the case was that the government promised land tax exemption to a municipal committee, then withdrew it. Here the court held or ruled promissory estoppel doesn't apply against law or statutory prohibition. Okay. And the last case law, Pardeep Oil Corporation versus Municipal Corporation of Delhi 2001 5 SCC 270. Now here you can see that I am reading the case laws or discussing the case laws with the citations. I have made a video on that as well. I will give the link of that video in the I button. You go check out that video. I have also provided a guide, easy guide, so that you can use that guide and read the case citations very easily and understand each and every words and titles or part of the citation of a case law. So here the facts of the case was that municipal corporation accepted property tax for years without any objection. Later, it claimed the assessment was wrong and demanded arrears. Here the court held or the court said that the corporation was stopped from taking a different stand after a long acceptance. Now we will discuss section 122 of the Bharatiya Sakhya Adhiniyam, which deals with estoppel of tenant and of licensee of person in possession. The main rule of this section are divided into two parts. First part, a tenant or anyone claiming through the tenant cannot say that the landlord didn't own the property when the tenancy began. And this applies both during the tenancy and even after it ends. And the second part is where a person who got on a property with the permission from someone in possession of the property cannot later claim that the person who gave the permission didn't have the right to be on the property when the permission was given. In simple words, if you rented a place, you can't later say that the landlord wasn't the real owner when you started renting it. And secondly, if you have entered any property or any premises of any property with someone's permission or license, you can't deny that person's right to give you that permission at that time. Okay. And the section 123 deals with estoppel of acceptor of bill of exchange, bailee or licensee. The doctrine of estoppel as well as these two sections are dealt in chapter 8 of the Bharatiya Sakhya Adhiniyam 2023. Here also there are two parts of the main rule. In first part, a person who accepts a bill of exchange, who is the acceptor, cannot later say that the person who drew or made the bill had no authority to do so. Once you accept the bill, you are agreeing that the drawer had the right to make it or endorse it. In the second part, a bailee or a licensee, someone who holds goods or uses something with someone else's permission, cannot say that the person who gave them the goods or license had no right to do so at that time. You accepted the goods or permission, so you can't later deny that the giver had the authority. In this section, there are two explanations. First explanation, the person who accepted the bill can still say that the signature on the bill is fake or the bill was not actually made by the person it seems to be from. Here you can deny the identity like forgery, but not the authority if the bill was genuine. Second explanation provides that if a bailee like a courier or warehouse guy gives the goods to someone else, not the bailer or the owner, he can prove that the other person had a better right to the goods than the original bailer. This protects the bailee if he handed over the goods to the right person, even if that person wasn't the one who first gave the goods. So friends, that was the doctrine of estoppel under the Bharatiya Sakhya Adhiniyam 2023, a legal tool that can be both a shield as well as a sword. It protects justice, honesty and consistency in the courtroom. If you like this video, make sure to like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to comment what legal topic you want me to cover next. And if you have any doubt in this video, please do comment. For then, stay safe and thank you.